Hi, I'm Pamela Addy, and we are going to move on week 11, chapter 8, one more chapter about marketing. Like everything we do, we need to evaluate our marketing program. And I can tell you this is extremely challenging. I don't know that I've ever been anywhere where we've really been able to do this very well. So why is this so challenging? There are so many variables going on at the same time. It's so difficult to prove cause and effect. We do all this marketing on our new 3D mammography machine, and we increase our mammography statistics by a huge increase. So was it due to the marketing, or was it due to that new teacher's contract that we were able to secure and provide us with thousands of women who needed mammogram exams? Very difficult to tell the difference. There are too many things that drive the consumer behavior for us to truly attribute it only to our marketing efforts. So that's why we really need to define what we're trying to achieve. Are we purely looking to increase our volume? Are we looking to increase our payer mix, improve our payer mix? Are we looking to improve our patient satisfaction scores? Certainly the biggest reason to evaluate our marketing activities is to justify the cost. There's no way we're going to get additional funding if we can't prove that our original funding did what we intended for it to do. So we have to do our best in trying to find cause and effect. And the expenses go beyond just the expenses for advertising or billboards or things. The expenses really cover the people, right? There are a certain number of employees that are doing the marketing, doing the background, actually going out there, and we need to be able to justify their work, and they need to be able to they want to be able to show return for their efforts. And we need to evaluate the marketing in terms of the various stages. So one stage was just the process, right? Did we check off the tasks, and did we do the tasks that we said we were going to set out to do? So that's really important to make sure that we checked off all those boxes and can show that. In terms of content, in terms of the components, and in terms of who we were able to reach. So if you started with a really good, solid implementation plan, then checking off the boxes in terms of timeline, the tasks, the distribution methods, and other process details becomes pretty simple and pretty straightforward. But as I mentioned, the outcome evaluation, extremely difficult. So what were we trying to achieve? Awareness, attitude, or knowledge about our services. Sometimes I've found that a spot survey, just trying to capture patients that have come into our center in a month or two, whether they had more of an awareness of these things that we're trying to market. Did they have more knowledge? Did we bring knowledge to them? And did their attitude to our services change? And when we evaluate or try to evaluate the impact that our marketing has had, it's extremely challenging, and you may not even be able to achieve some of this. Did we impact our patients' lifestyle, or did we impact our market share? That's a little bit easier to show. We just don't know if it was our marketing efforts that did it, and the incidents. So you'll need to use more than just one tool. There's the basic volume increase. There's you could measure the volume impact by the days out. All of a sudden, now you've got too many patients. You can't get them their appointments. You used to have gaps in your schedule, same day, next day. Now you're booked out for 3 days solid. So you want to have that good balance of being booked up for a couple days, but not so far out that it affects access, and patients then actually go somewhere else. Studies we've seen show that usually patients will wait about 10 days for an imaging appointment, and after that, they might start thinking about looking around. You may use a patient satisfaction tool, or as I said, you may use just some kind of survey, a little card that patients can fill out on the way out the door. Got to make it easy so they'll do it. And here's some more management tools. Some we've talked about. The pre-test and post-test and surveys of our patients. You can interview patients. You could find somebody, you could find multiple patients and actually personally, face-to-face, ask them a few questions. That way they get to expound on their answers, and you may get some really great information out of that. Just observation. Media tracking, if you have a marketing department, they're probably doing the media tracking. That's gotten to be very detailed, analytically detailed, so that you can really tell when people are hitting your web page, whether they're just hitting it, whether they're staying there, whether it culminates in an actual appointment. Lots of things that they can do now with media tracking. And sales trend analysis, maybe not quite as effective for imaging services. So just because it's challenging doesn't mean we don't keep trying. Successful healthcare organizations recognize that the more operational information that we can obtain or mine from our results really helps us to keep improving our services, and eventually it impacts our financial performance, no question. And think of all the great information you can get which could impact patient care. Just hearing people's opinions about our compassionate care, the empathy of our technologists, really great information that you can get. You should always be rounding on your patients periodically for all purposes, really just to really understand their perception and their observations while they're in our imaging departments. So you can read this slide yourselves, but it really just sums up everything that we've just discussed about having a well-designed program and then tracking and evaluating it along the way. Evaluating not only the outcomes, but also evaluating, did you do what you said you were going to do? Thank you.